Most people think of living to 100 as something extraordinary, a miracle reserved for a lucky few. But what if it wasn't luck? What if living to 100, not just existing, but thriving with energy, strength and clarity, came down to simple choices you could make every single day? The truth is, there are communities around the world where reaching 90, 95, even 100 is not unusual at all. These aren't people living in hospitals, connected to machines, struggling through their last years. These are men and women who walk with steady steps, who garden, who laugh with friends, who cook, who enjoy their families. They are vibrant and present in life until the very end. Scientists call these areas the blue zones: Okinawa in Japan, Ikaria in Greece, Sardinia in Italy, Nicoya in Costa Rica, and even Loma Linda in California. And while these places are separated by oceans, cultures, and languages, they share one striking similarity: food. Not supplements, not expensive superfoods, not complicated diets. The foods that sustain these centenarians are everyday foods, found in kitchens and markets all around the world. They are simple, they are humble, and they hold within them the power to extend not only the length of your life, but the quality of it. So today, I want to share with you the foods that researchers have discovered can add years, even decades, to your life. Foods that fight disease, strengthen your body, protect your mind, and slow the silent clock of aging inside your cells. Let's start with the first one. Beans, the hidden secret of the long-lived. Every blue zone in the world has one staple in common: beans. Lentils, chickpeas, black beans, soybeans. It doesn't matter the variety. What matters is that beans are eaten nearly every single day. Why beans? Because they are one of the richest sources of plant protein in nature. As we age, one of the greatest threats we face is sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass. It weakens mobility, increases the risk of falls, and steals independence. Protein is the key to maintaining muscle, and beans provide it in abundance, but they don't stop there. Beans are loaded with fiber, the fuel that feeds the trillions of microbes in your gut. These microbes play a role in lowering inflammation, regulating hormones, boosting immunity, and even improving brain health. Fiber also sweeps cholesterol from your arteries, stabilizes blood sugar, and keeps the digestive system running smoothly. In fact, a study published in the journal Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that for every 20 grams of beans eaten daily, the risk of dying prematurely dropped by 8%. That means even small amounts make a huge difference. In Okinawa, one of the world's longest living populations, soybeans and tofu appear in almost every meal. In Sardinia, men and women in their 90s still sit down to bowls of minestrone soup made with chickpeas and fava beans. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, black beans are eaten with rice and tortillas every single day. The message is clear: beans aren't just food. They are a daily prescription for longevity, and beans are only the beginning. Because next, we move to a food group that has been shown to slow aging at the cellular level. Let's continue with food number 2. Leafy greens, nature's fountain of youth. After beans, one of the most powerful foods for longevity is leafy greens. Spinach, kale, collard greens, Swiss chard, arugula. These are more than just side dishes. They are life-extending superfoods. The long-lived populations in the blue zones consume leafy greens almost daily. Okinawans, for example, eat bitter greens called goya that are packed with antioxidants. In Ikaria, Greece, seniors enjoy wild greens foraged from the hillsides. Even in Sardinia, greens appear in every meal, whether in soups, stews, or lightly sautéed. Why are leafy greens so effective? First, they are loaded with vitamins and minerals. Vitamin K for bone strength, magnesium for heart health, folate for cell repair, and potassium to regulate blood pressure. These nutrients help maintain muscle, prevent fractures, and support the cardiovascular system. Second, greens are rich in phytonutrients and antioxidants. These compounds fight inflammation, reduce oxidative stress, and protect your cells from damage that accelerates aging. Studies show that people who eat several servings of leafy greens each day have lower risks of dementia, heart disease, and chronic inflammation. In other words, your brain and body stay sharper for longer. Third, greens contain nitrates. natural compounds that improve blood flow. Better circulation means your muscles, brain, and organs get more oxygen and nutrients. It's like giving your body a tune-up from the inside. Let's not forget fiber. Just like beans, greens feed the gut microbiome, balancing the bacteria that control immunity, digestion, and even mood. Seniors who eat more greens have healthier guts, lower inflammation, and better overall metabolic health. Here's a simple example. Imagine a 70-year-old woman from Sardinia named Maria. For decades, she enjoyed her daily bowls of greens with olive oil and a squeeze of lemon. She walked 2 miles every morning and prepared fresh meals from the garden. When researchers measured her health, her blood pressure was low, her arteries were clear, and her cognitive function remained sharp. Maria is a living example of how a simple habit, eating leafy greens, contributes to a life well beyond 90. Practical ways to add greens. Toss raw spinach or arugula into morning omelets or smoothies. Sauté kale or Swiss chard lightly with olive oil for lunch or dinner. Add a handful of fresh herbs like parsley or cilantro to soups or salads. Leafy greens are inexpensive, widely available, and remarkably effective. Combined with beans, they form the foundation of a diet designed to extend life, protect muscles, and strengthen the heart. Let's continue with food number 3, nuts and seeds, tiny packages of longevity. Nuts and seeds might be small, but they carry enormous power for your health and lifespan. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, and chia seeds are staples in many of the world's longest living populations. In Sardinia, for example, elders enjoy handfuls of walnuts and almonds almost every day. In Icaria, Greece, pistachios and almonds are part of afternoon snacks, often paired with a bit of fruit. Even in Loma Linda, California, home to a community of centenarians, nuts are a cornerstone of daily nutrition, often eaten instead of processed snacks. Why are they so important? Nuts and seeds are packed with healthy fats, particularly omega-3s and monounsaturated fats. These fats protect your heart, reduce inflammation, and help maintain healthy cholesterol levels. But their benefits don't stop there. Nuts are also rich in plant protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals like magnesium, zinc, and vitamin E, all crucial for muscle health, bone strength, and brain function. Research consistently shows that people who eat nuts daily live longer and have lower risks of heart disease, diabetes, and neurodegenerative conditions. A study in the New England Journal of Medicine found that regular nut consumption was linked to a 20% lower risk of death from any cause. Let's picture John, a 75-year-old man from California. Every morning, he eats a small handful of almonds with his coffee. Over the years, he notices more energy, his blood pressure stays steady, and his cholesterol remains healthy without medication. These small, simple habits compound over time, quietly adding years to life and life to years. Practical ways to include nuts and seeds. Sprinkle chia or flax seeds into yogurt, smoothies, or oatmeal. Keep a small bag of almonds, walnuts, or pistachios as a snack. Add pumpkin or sunflower seeds to salads or roasted vegetables. Nuts and seeds are convenient, nutrient-dense, and incredibly versatile. Alongside beans and leafy greens, they form another pillar of a daily diet designed to keep you strong, energized, and resilient, no matter your age. Let's continue with food number 4, berries, nature's brain and heart protectors. Berries may be small, but they are among the most powerful longevity foods on the planet. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, they are packed with antioxidants called polyphenols that fight inflammation, protect the brain, and preserve the health of your blood vessels. In Okinawa, Japan, one of the blue zones, elders regularly eat local berries, sometimes fresh, sometimes preserved in simple syrups. In Europe, centenarians in Sardinia and Icaria enjoy berries in morning porridge, sprinkled over yogurt, or even in teas and herbal infusions. These vibrant little fruits are a consistent feature in the diets of the longest living populations. Why are berries so powerful? First, their antioxidants neutralize harmful free radicals in your body, the unstable molecules that damage cells and accelerate aging. By reducing oxidative stress, berries protect the heart, brain, and muscles, slowing down the cellular processes that lead to disease. Second, berries support vascular health. Studies show that the polyphenols in berries improve blood flow, reduce arterial stiffness, and lower blood pressure, all critical for reducing the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Third, they protect the brain. Research published in Annals of Neurology found that seniors who consumed more berries had slower rates of cognitive decline, preserving memory, focus, and clarity even into their 80s and 90s. Let's imagine Maria, a 72-year-old woman from Ikaria. Every morning, she mixes fresh berries into her oatmeal. Over the years, her heart remains strong, her blood pressure stays steady, and her mind stays sharp. This is the quiet magic of daily berry consumption. A simple habit with profound long-term effects. Practical ways to include berries. Add fresh or frozen berries to oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. Sprinkle them over a salad for natural sweetness and color. Enjoy them as a snack with a handful of nuts or seeds. Berries are not just delicious, they are tiny packages of longevity, feeding your heart, brain, and body with nutrients that literally help you live longer. Let's continue with food number 5, whole grains, the energy and longevity fuel. Whole grains are a cornerstone in the diets of nearly every centenarian population around the world. Oats, barley, brown rice, quinoa, millet, and whole wheat are more than just sources of carbohydrates. They are complex, life-sustaining foods that provide steady energy, stabilize blood sugar, and protect against chronic disease. In Okinawa, seniors enjoy whole grain rice and barley as daily staples. In Sardinia, bread made from whole grains accompanies every meal, often dipped in olive oil or topped with fresh herbs. In Ikaria, wild grains and hearty breads form the backbone of traditional diets, supporting energy and health throughout long, active lives. Why are whole grains so important? First, they are rich in fiber, which helps maintain a healthy gut microbiome, lowers cholesterol, and stabilizes blood sugar, reducing the risk of diabetes and heart disease. A healthy gut also enhances immunity and supports brain health. Second, whole grains provide B vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, which are essential for energy production, cognitive function, and the repair of cellular damage. These nutrients help your body maintain vitality well into old age. Third, they offer slow-digesting carbohydrates, which provide consistent energy throughout the day without spikes in blood sugar. This is especially important for seniors, whose bodies metabolize sugar differently, and for anyone who wants sustained energy without fatigue or cravings. Imagine Antonio, a 78-year-old man from Sardinia. Every day, he eats a bowl of whole grain porridge with a drizzle of local honey or a slice of hearty bread with olive oil. He walks several kilometers, tends to his garden, and socializes with neighbors. Over decades, this simple habit of consuming whole grains has helped keep his heart strong, his muscles nourished, and his body resilient. Practical ways to include whole grains. Start your morning with oatmeal or whole grain porridge. Swap white rice for brown rice, quinoa, or barley in lunch and dinner meals. Choose whole grain breads or wraps instead of refined versions. Add whole grains to salads or soups for extra fiber and nutrients. Whole grains aren't just food, they are fuel for your longevity, providing the energy and nutrients that help your body thrive day after day. Let's continue with food number 6, olive oil, the liquid gold of longevity. Among the people who live the longest and healthiest lives in the world, one food appears over and over again: olive oil. It's often called the liquid gold of the Mediterranean, and for good reason. In Sardinia, Ikaria, and parts of southern Italy, elders drizzle olive oil on vegetables, bread, and grains every day. They use it in cooking, in dressings, and even as a finishing touch on soups and stews. It's not just flavor, it's medicine. Why is olive oil so powerful? First, it is rich in monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, which helps reduce inflammation and lower LDL cholesterol, the kind often linked to heart disease. Chronic inflammation is one of the silent killers of aging, accelerating everything from joint degeneration to cognitive decline. Olive oil naturally combats this inflammation, acting like a gentle shield for your arteries, your heart, and your organs. Second, olive oil contains polyphenols, natural antioxidants that fight oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress is a leading contributor to aging at the cellular level. It damages DNA, weakens blood vessels, and accelerates wrinkles, muscle loss, and even memory decline. The polyphenols in olive oil protect cells, helping the body stay younger, stronger, and more resilient. Third, olive oil supports heart health and longevity. Studies consistently show that people who consume olive oil daily have a lower risk of heart attacks and strokes and premature death. The famous pre-dimed study in Spain followed thousands of older adults for nearly a decade and found that those who ate a Mediterranean diet rich in olive oil had a 30% lower risk of heart disease compared to those who did not. Beyond the science, there is also the story of the people themselves. Take Elena, an 81-year-old woman from Icaria. Every morning she eats a slice of bread with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and a few fresh herbs from her garden. She tends to her small plot of vegetables, walks to the local market, and socializes with friends daily. Her blood pressure is normal, her joints remain mobile, and her mind sharp. Olive oil is a part of her daily ritual, and it has quietly helped protect her body for decades. Practical ways to incorporate olive oil. Use extra virgin olive oil as a dressing for salads or roasted vegetables. Drizzle a teaspoon over cooked grains or beans for added flavor and health benefits. Replace butter or margarine in cooking with olive oil. Use it to lightly sauté greens or other vegetables, preserving nutrients while adding heart-protective fats. It is not about large amounts. Just a few tablespoons a day can have a profound effect over the years. Olive oil works quietly but powerfully, supporting heart health, fighting inflammation, and protecting the body from the slow march of aging. And olive oil pairs beautifully with many of the other longevity foods we've discussed: beans, leafy greens, nuts, whole grains, and even fresh vegetables. Together, they form a dietary pattern that nurtures every system in your body, helping you live longer, stronger, and more vibrantly. Let's continue with food number 7. Garlic. The natural immune and circulation booster garlic has been celebrated for thousands of years, not just as a flavor enhancer, but as a medicine. In blue zones like Icaria, Sardinia, and parts of southern Italy, elders add fresh garlic to almost every meal, in soups, sauces, stews, and even roasted vegetables. They don't just eat it occasionally. Garlic is a daily ritual, a quiet guardian of health that protects them as they age. Why is garlic so extraordinary? First, it contains compounds called allicin and sulfur-containing phytonutrients. These molecules have been studied extensively and found to support the cardiovascular system by lowering blood pressure, reducing arterial stiffness, and improving overall blood flow. Improved circulation means that every cell in your body, from your brain to your muscles to your organs, gets the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function optimally. For seniors, this is critical. Better blood flow reduces the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and muscle loss. Second, garlic is a natural immune booster. Its compounds help activate white blood cells, increasing your body's ability to fight infections and recover from illness. This is especially important as we age because the immune system naturally declines over time, making older adults more vulnerable to diseases. A diet rich in garlic can help restore resilience and reduce chronic inflammation, the silent driver behind many age-related illnesses. Third, garlic has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Oxidative stress damages cells and accelerates aging, while chronic inflammation contributes to heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and even cognitive decline. The active compounds in garlic counteract these processes, helping the body repair and protect itself naturally. Beyond science, the stories of people who thrive on garlic are inspiring. Consider Stelios, an 85-year-old man from Icaria. Every day, he crushes fresh garlic cloves into olive oil and lemon, drizzles it over steamed vegetables, and eats it with whole grain bread. He walks several kilometers daily, maintains a strong heart, and enjoys a sharp mind. When researchers examined his health, they found excellent circulation, low inflammation markers, and strong immunity, all linked to his lifelong dietary habits, with garlic at the center. Practical ways to include garlic: crush fresh garlic and add it to soups, stews, and sauces. Roast whole cloves and enjoy as a side dish or spread. Combine garlic with olive oil and lemon as a simple dressing for grains or vegetables. Add finely chopped garlic to salads, stir-fries or dips. Even a small amount each day, 1 or 2 cloves, can have profound cumulative effects over the years. Garlic is a humble food with powerful benefits, protecting the heart, supporting the immune system, and improving circulation. In combination with beans, leafy greens, nuts, berries, whole grains, and olive oil, it forms part of a complete, life-extending diet. What makes garlic truly remarkable is its accessibility. Unlike expensive supplements or exotic superfoods, garlic is available in nearly every kitchen, affordable, and easy to prepare. And when eaten consistently over decades, it quietly strengthens the body from the inside out, helping seniors not only live longer, but live stronger. In many ways, garlic is the unsung hero of the blue zones. It is a daily reminder that longevity does not require complexity. It requires consistency. A clove of garlic each day, combined with other powerful foods, creates a foundation for vibrant health that can carry you well into your 90s and beyond. The foods we've explored today, beans, leafy greens, nuts, and seeds, berries, whole grains, olive oil, garlic, and turmeric, may seem simple, ordinary even, but simplicity is where the power lies. These foods are not magic pills. They don't promise instant results, but eaten consistently every single day, they quietly transform your body, your heart, your mind, and your future. Think of every meal as a choice, a chance to protect your heart, your brain, your muscles, and your circulation. Every bite is an investment in the years ahead. Imagine yourself 5, 10, 15 years from now, walking without pain, thinking clearly, laughing with loved ones, and feeling the energy of life coursing through your body. That is not a dream. That is a reality you can shape, starting today, with the foods on your plate. You have the power to change the trajectory of your life with the simplest, most accessible tools nature has given us. You don't need a fancy gym, a complicated supplement, or a medical breakthrough. You need these foods daily, in the way the world's longest living people have been eating for generations. So start today. Fill your plate with beans, greens, nuts, and berries. Drizzle olive oil over your meals, crush a clove of garlic, and season with turmeric. Make these choices for yourself, for your family, for your future. Watch as your body responds, your energy returns, your muscles strengthen, your mind sharpens, and your health transforms. Longevity is not a lottery. It is a habit, a series of small, deliberate, consistent choices. And each day is an opportunity to choose life, vitality, and strength. You can live to 100. You can live with independence, joy, and energy. You can thrive, not just survive. And it begins with what you put on your plate. So take action. Start today. Eat these foods every day and watch as your life changes, one meal at a time. Your future self will thank you.